Ralph in the studio, he squeezed out everything on that song. He took it to the max. And now, he's doing interviews too, of course.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he said, what the fuck, we have to play this live now.
Matt, thank you so much for your time today. It's exciting times because there's a new Primal Fear album coming out, but then again, I mean, you've worked not only with Primal Fear and Sinner, but so many other projects and bands on albums. Like, is this just, we're recording this on a Monday. Is this just another Monday for you? Because it feels like every week there is a new album that you have worked on in some way, shape, or form.
No. I got health problems 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And as I came back to life, I promised myself just not to do all the offers I can have and just concentrate on the things I love and I really want to do, and not pleasing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We have to learn this, to say no. I've learned it. and now at the moment I'm doing mainly Primal Fear.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, and this will last for at least a year, maybe longer. And I love the new band. I love the lineup. I love the new music, and I love the chemistry in the band. So I don't need a lot of other things musically in my life. I'm doing one more thing with friends from Italy. That's a family that is doing the third album now. It's called It's a Lie, with Giorgia Colelluori, the singer, which I think it's a fantastic talent. So, and they are so nice people. That's why I'm doing it. And they will release an album on Frontiers Records later this year or early next year. And that's the only thing I've did so far. And but the main focus for me is Primal Fear, and I'm very happy with that.
With your newfound prioritization of what's important for you in life, and there you mentioned, or you touched on, there are new band members in Primal Fear. There are people, everybody in Primal Fear is involved with multiple projects, and some of the new people are obviously much earlier in their career than you are. Are you, having gone through this yourself, at this this health scare that has kept you down for some time, and having to let other people kind of take over for a while, are you coaching the new people as well, that they don't get too crazy or find themselves in your position in the future? Like, is that important to you?
I give them always a helping hand or my advice, but not teaching them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in people who are doing this because they believe in this,
Right.
and they are motivated, and they really wanted to do this, and they love the music. I don't want to tell them you have to do this and that and blah, blah. Of course, if something is going into the wrong direction, you have to tell them. But also my partner, Ralph, he's very good in these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the only one who can make this. Yeah, so also Magnus Carlsen is so experienced and such a lovely guy that we don't need a lot of talking at the moment what we should do or not. There's are little things we have to adjust, but the whole life is a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
This is a band. If something is maybe going a little bit into a wrong direction, you have to say it immediately and not 10 weeks later and be grumpy about the situation.
Yeah. Is that do you find that when you're working on new music that that experience and that more clarity, if you will, on taking challenges head on and not letting things fester? If you look back now, I mean, because obviously you didn't write the songs for this new album yesterday, you've had some time to reflect on
Yeah.
those potentially. If you compare to, 10, 15, 20 years ago, even more so, even longer ago, do you see how that, or your personal journey over the last few years has changed the way that you write?
I think biggest difference is the technical side of things. As we started Primal Fear 27 years ago, we wrote the songs in the rehearsal room together, and we were standing there and have tape machine or something which we're running with what we are doing and collecting these things and entered the studio and were it's a totally different situation. And nowadays we're doing a pre-production already, which gives us the technical freedom and everything that sounds already like an album. We would love to do our album sounds like the pre-production today.
Right.
So, and this is, I think it's the biggest difference. The music didn't change a lot in the last 30 years. Things were coming, things were going. There were new influences, there were old influences. There is still Deep Purple out there. Robert Plant is still singing. So that are not that biggest changing, yeah. So who can tell me this is a musical revolution who everybody loves? Even Five Finger Death Punch had a cooperation with Rob Halford. So this is rock music. This is metal. So nothing revolutionary new. It's great and can be nice, and I love a lot of good music. And but it doesn't matter from which side they're coming. Even which is in America popular, the country music is. What has changed? Okay, maybe a distorted guitar, but the rest is the same. And it's the same with us. We try to improve, to write great songs, to make a great production. We invest a lot of money in the production, and don't do it in a cheap way. We really do it in an old school way, and using studios and stuff like that. And but the music is the kind, I will say, doesn't change so much.
Well, so let's connect the new album with the very first album, and you probably will get a sense of where I'm going with this. But we have a new song on the album. Obviously, I had a chance to listen to the full album already. I Am The Primal Fear.
Why everybody's talking about this song?
Well, so I just
in every interview.
All right, you know what? If you have to talk about it in every interview, let's just skip it. Let's just forget about it.
No. Now I want to hear.
Well, I just wanted to ask, what made the time right now? Because a lot of bands that will create a song with a self-titled song usually ends up as the first song on the self-titled album. There is obviously a song, or maybe it's more. It's really more of an introduction of the very first album. We got Primal Fear on the album Primal Fear, but that wasn't really a song. Now it comes out as a true proper song, if you will. What made the time right now on album number 15, 30 years later?
Because the time was right. There were some things going on, and we thought we have to make a statement. And as I'm talking with a lot of people around the world now, it seems the song is something special for a lot of people. And we were not sure about that this is one of the tracks on the album which is the best reviewed tracks, and for us it's just a song, it's a statement, of course an important statement, but we didn't know that this is such a good reviewed song for everybody.
Well, I mean, you are experienced enough to know that if a band with your legacy puts out a song where you say the band name over and over, the fans are going to cling to that song, like, and they're gonna expect you to play this song as a live anthem as well.
You know what? That's the thing. So Ralph in the studio, he squeezed out everything on that song. He took it to the max. And now, as he's doing interviews too, of course. Yeah. And the thing is, he said, "What the fuck? We have to play this live now." It will be a tough one for him. So I think he just gave everything in the recording studio to make this song like it is now. So it is, but this is once. So on a tour, the next tour, we have 21 shows
in 29 days.
Night.
Yep.
Well,
there's no way around it at this point, I'm afraid. Like, there's no way around it. It's like Destruction also on their latest album had a song called Destruction, or We Are Destruction. And it's like, you have to now play that song.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you now have to play that every time you'll play ever again, I'm afraid. You mentioned already the tour that's coming up with all these cool new songs now that you have. And you have 3 singles out, I believe, at this point.
Yes.
But there's more songs that we now know that people are going to want to hear. So what can we expect from this tour?
I have to tell you one secret. There's a 4th single coming out 2 days before the album will be released. And you know which song it is?
I don't, actually.
Am The Primal Fear.
Of course.
So that's funny, but anyway.
It already became the focus track anyway, let's be real here.
Yeah. And we have a nice visualizer video for that one. And that will be released in 2 weeks. So it's not such a long time. So I can talk about this now.
Yeah.
Back to your question. I think with every new release, it's getting more difficult.
Of course, yeah.
To compile a great set list. So there are some songs you have to play because the fans want to hear them, and you have to do it. There's no chance not to play this. It would be stupid. The fans are happy to hear that, and they want to hear that, and they come to your concert, they driving a long way or whatever, so they get it. Then we will have a new album. So we have to play some songs of the new album. And then this time, we will play at least two songs we've never played live from the old tracks. We even start the show with a song we've never played live and nobody will expect. And I don't tell you the name of the song.
All right. Well, that's fair. That's fair. So, what is there's a couple of reasons why a song can be played live after a long time, and it was never before the case. It could, and it could be a celebration of a milestone, like, oh, you know, it's been so long. But it can also be that the song maybe never fit in the live set before, but now it would. Is with these new songs, or sorry, with these songs that you are bringing to the live show for the first time, what made you bring them without spoiling which songs they are? But
To make
was it,
surprises. What nobody expect. This is already the show will start with a song which is a big challenge for everybody on stage. And this is for us also, as I said, a challenge to prove that we can do it. And I think also for us as a band, it's nice to have these musical journeys or freedom to do things we want to do and nobody else tell us you have to do this and that and blah blah, blah. This is not good. So we have our set list. Everybody can have a wish list, and after 15 albums, it's super difficult to find out 16 or 17 songs, and that's it. And there are still some songs left you want to play, but sorry, this is a kind of compromise you have to make, and in the end, you will see if you're right or wrong. Like
all right.
like the running order of the new album. Nobody listens to the new album than the band or the guy who worked with us in the studio. So to make the right running order of an album can make the album more interesting or more boring. So it's always very tricky.
You have done quite a bit more than just Primal Fear in your life. Your career has been extremely busy. I don't know if you even own all the records that you've been on, because it's a lot. If I
I think I've collected at least most of them.
Yeah. Sometimes you've also been part of a project, and you mentioned, you know, Frontiers. You've worked a lot with Frontiers Records. You've been on a lot of albums that have showcased new talent as well. Some of these songs that you've been on, or some of these projects that you've been on, were never meant to necessarily become, you know, live touring bands or whatnot. Do you sometimes think about songs that you really liked, that you wrote or played on, that just, you know, that weren't for Sinner, that weren't for Primal Fear, that were for maybe a one-off project that never really got it their fair, you know, share in on the spotlight or even on a stage? Like, if you could make the Matt Sinner special show, if you will, or with the songs, any song that you've, you know, all the songs that you've ever worked on that you could pick from to make a one cool show. Are there songs that come to mind that you wish people would listen to?
Of course, there are some. I did even produce an album with old talent, not only young talent. So I did a nice album with Jimmy Jamison and Bobby Kimball. And that was a nice experience for me. And I didn't write a song on the album. That were just outside songwriters, and it was for me it was a great experience to do this. And yeah, and Jimmy Jamison, he's now somewhere else in heaven. And for me, it was one of the best singers I've ever worked with. So, and we did a tour together with an orchestra, and he played the Survivor songs, and that was such a fantastic time. And then we did this album together. There are some great songs on it. So I did that album with Russell Allen from Symphony X, which has also some fantastic songs on it, and the vocal performance is amazing. And I did 2 albums with Michael Kiske and Amanda Somerville, which are the most viewed videos on YouTube I ever did. And I wrote the album together with Magnus Carlsen. So we are partners for a long time and good friends. And it was a pleasure to do these 2 albums. And they were quite successful. And there are more and more and more and more. So
it would become it would be a long show that you would make.
Yeah, I did.
Lots of cool music.
Also was a nice experience was the solo album of Joachim Gans of Hammerfall.
Yeah.
Played on that was also nice. And well, we could talk about these things for another hour. Always find some new stuff, and yeah.
There's a lot of Matt Sinner discography to dive into for all the fans. That's for sure.
I have it on my wall, and it looks like so I had a past.
Yeah. Well, you definitely have, but you also have the present and the future with this new album coming out, and then an insane tour. Like it's gonna be a brutal month at 21 shows in 29 days.
Yeah, we did this before,
but now Ralph has to sing "I Am the Primal Fear" every time, so he has to like warm up his voice a little more.
the critical point in the set, and but he will manage it. I think.
For sure.
Ralph's a phenomenal guy, and I'm sure he will do it. But we did far more strange things, like we toured, for example, in one run we did the US, Canada. Then we were flying directly to Japan, played their shows, flying directly to Australia, played their shows, and then came home and were zombies.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I mean, I do hope, not that I want you to become zombies again.
No, I think
do hope that we get to see you again.
The distances are different.
For sure. Yes, that's true. Sometimes you'll have shows that are just a couple of hours away from each other drive. Not possible when you're doing North America, Japan, and Australia, but we do hope you come back here. We'd love to see you here in Canada again. And until that happens, we will just have to play the new album over and over again. Matt, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. I know how busy you are right now, so I very much appreciate that you have the time to talk to interviewers, and we can't wait for all the fans to discover the new album when it's out fully and get all the surprises.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure for me.
You are awesome for watching this video. Click right here to see more content like it and subscribe to the channel.